gosh. You never seem to have a problem in the past. Why do you do this now? I think I'm gonna win him over. Huh. How long is it gonna stay looking this good?
Forever.
Would that we all were like that, you know? All she needs is food, guys, and she's happy.
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love.
Look who decided to come out! This stuff never comes out. Oh my goodness, they're coming up to me. Look at this. Oh my gosh. You gonna come out here and finally eat? Come out here and eat with me. Come out here. Oh, good kitty. So the last few days we've had a ton of progress. At first they would never come out here and eat when I was out here. But then they finally started to, and now they're fully out. And they let my hand get a little bit close, but I'm kind of afraid I don't want them to bite me. Good job. No, they're not biting me yet. I think I'm gonna win them over. Huh. So thank you to all your suggestions. They really worked. I'm trying to practice the recall, so talking really sweetly to them when they eat. Try to remind them that I'm good and I've got good food. I'm definitely not a kitty expert. I was never raised with cats, and I've always made like the kids, like my kids, take care of kitties anytime we've had cats over the years. So hasn't really been my area of expertise. But they sure are cute. Want some more? No? Okay. There you go. Cat food. They're hungry this morning. Maybe I should be putting out more food than that. They don't really use the litter box though. They use the floor, the dirt. I think that's because they were feral cats raised outside. So I don't know if I really needed the kitty litter box anymore because they don't, it's perfectly clean. But you guys are doing a really good job. Not being too scared, huh? We definitely still have a bunch of rats here. I've been catching them in the traps. And then the dogs are always obsessed with some hole. Like right now it's currently the Willow's knot stump that's over here by the milking station that Salem is obsessed with. So hopefully we can get these guys raised up and maybe they'll catch a few of them for me. We'll see. Noodle looks a little bit skinny, like he needs to gain some good weight. We gotta put some weight on you. If you've ever wanted to live on a real farm, you guys have got to try Farming Simulator 25. Farming Simulator 25 lets you take control of your own farm in a realistic open world setting where you can build an agricultural empire. It has more than 400 authentic vehicles and tools from real brands. What's cool is you'll develop a deep knowledge and the skills using agricultural machine operations, animal husbandry, forestry, and more. Plus, there's a bunch of new stuff to Farming Simulator 25. You'll be able to manage crops in 3 different maps: North America, Central Europe, and the new lush environment of East Asia. You can grow new crops: rice, spinach, green beans, and peas, offering more farming variety and a total of 25 crops to work with. There's new gameplay features, visual upgrades, maps, machines, and more. Farming Simulator 25 is also mod friendly, so it allows everybody to create and share their own content. The franchise had a record-breaking 1.6 billion mod downloads over the last 2.5 years. So you can see how many people love this game. There are also unexpected weather events like tornadoes and hail that can damage your crops, bales, and trees, so it's a very lifelike experience. There's also visual improvements such as distance fog, dynamic weather effects, and ground deformation. It's really got everything you need to learn how to farm and to build your own dream agricultural empire. Farming Simulator 25 is available now on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X at Amazon, Walmart, Target, GameStop, Best Buy, and other major retailers. You can click the link in the video description to buy it now. Okay, Reba, you ready for this? Okay, it's time for the repeat check on Reba. She's about 40 days. So we should see clear, big old sacs today. Not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous last time. They looked bigger. They weren't as clear. We should definitely see something inside of them today. Come on, Reba. Oh my gosh. Wow. I never would have thought that this would be the problem. Like, I'd always heard that AI was hard and your success rate was only like 60%. But I thought that meant like them getting pregnant at all. Because we've seen fertilized eggs come through on River, on Reba, and I even think on the first time Daphne, I AI'd Daphne, I thought I saw some decent sized looking eggs on her, even though they were pretty small. So I've never heard of this. Nobody ever warned me that this would happen, that they would look pregnant and have sacs, you know, there and growing and then lose them. But alas, here we are. So I guess Reba is gonna go in with Pokey and we'll hopefully get her bred to Pokey. It's a really, really great pairing actually. So I guess we're just gonna have to settle for that and not do an AI on her this year. That's fine, right? You like Pokey. He has good shoulders. She needs some shoulder improvement. So there we go. But the most annoying comment on all the AI videos is, you never seem to have a problem in the past. Why do you do this now? You always used to get them yes, I know. And I've been saying this for the last year as we've been preparing for AI, is that it is not easy. AI is not easy. It doesn't have a high success rate. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of like knowing your goat's individual little quirks to know when's the best time to breed. And I still wanted to try it, okay? And I still am gonna try it. Because the benefit of doing AI is that you can bring in really good genetics and push your herd forward fast. But not just that, also, every year we buy a buck and use that buck on all of our does, we have the problem that the next year we can't really use him because we don't really want to breed a buck again until we know what genetics he produces, what his daughters look like. Whereas if I incorporate different genetics, then I can kind of, you know, switch and use them every year and kind of do more fancy stuff with genetics and not have to have a buck just, you know, sit around for a whole year waiting. So yes, AI is not as successful. You have like a 99% rate when you breed with a live buck. You have like maybe a 60, some vets say it's only 40% rate if you breed them through AI. But I'm still gonna do it, still gonna try it. And in fact, we just did Daphne's AI and it was probably the best one I've ever done. So I'm not gonna brag because it's probably not gonna work, but we gave it a shot, you know? You gotta take risks. You gotta do stuff that, you know, challenges you and gets you to learn and research and grow. So this is how Daphne's went. Okay, so for Daphne's AI, we decided to breed her to Soliman Quinn, who is a new buck actually in our tank. And he's a pretty famous buck. He's got a lot of good genetics behind him. He's a really proven buck, has a lot of good daughters, really just phenomenal buck. And the best thing is when we tested the semen, it was super, super motile and active. But anyway, we brought Daphne out on the stand, took a look inside, and I have never seen a cervix this open so far in this AI journey. Now remember, the first 3 AIs we did were all on natural heats. But these 2, Daphne's and then River's we did last week, those were synced with medication. So it helped a little bit with the timing. I could kind of know the exact hours to go out instead of a lot of guesswork. And then when I inserted the AI gun into her cervix, it almost just like slipped right in, which has never happened so far for me. I actually had to pull back. You can't go too far in the cervix all the way up into the uterus. But yeah, this was definitely the most open I've ever seen. So yeah, we inseminated her and I was pretty happy about that timing. Then I massaged her udder and she was given all of the medication prior to this insemination, so she's good to go. I should say I also did a second straw about 6 hours after this, just to follow up, just to make sure that we hit that window. And when I did that second one, her cervix was definitely more closed. So I think we hit the window correctly with this first straw. I guess in 3 weeks we'll find out. Okay, good job, Daphne. We'll see you tonight.
Daphne is a pro.
Ah, she was good. So yes, we will still be doing AI, not anymore this year, unfortunately, because it's getting too late, and Pokey's a great buck. I just was hoping to maybe not have everybody bred to him, but I guess he's gonna have to take the year off next year. Looks like it. And the reason that I'm doing it myself instead of having an AI specialist is they don't really exist. There are cattle AI specialists, they don't do goats though. And the vets that do goats can be kind of expensive. So I wanted to try it myself and learn how to do it. I think over time, I'll finally figure it out. Just take some perseverance, you know? Okay, come on. Get down. Come on, you lead the way. Go down the ramp. Now that it's finally cool outside, Kevin and I have decided to do major cleanup on the farm. First step was removing this temporary dog fence we've had for a couple years, and finally being able to mow and clean up this area. Next up, I organized the entire back porch, including every one of Kevin's tools, and eventually we'll work our way over to the junk pile. But for now, it feels really good to have things cleared out, cleaned up, and organized. I basically had the time of my life last week because I organized all of the tools, every screw, every nut, every bolt, and I labeled it all. Come see your present. That's for you, but actually it's for me. Look at this. Everything has been labeled. We've got like some tools and stuff, but look guys, I picked up every screw and separated them into these, and then I did all of those.
This is a present for me.
Hold on, back up.
This is a present so I can do stuff.
So you can actually find everything.
Faster.
Over here, I've got all these. Casper's really excited about it too. Got all the different little odds and ends and things that Kevin has gathered over the years. Big bolts. Look at that. Now here's the question, how long is it gonna stay looking this good?
Forever.
All right, better. I worked really hard on that. Okay, so now that I've organized all of the tools, now we have one other organization project I've always wanted to do, and Kevin now has agreed he'll do it with me. Oh, you gotta go get him there inside. See, doggies are excited. Speak. Good girl. Only Salem knows that. Casper already speaks enough, so we didn't teach him speak. We taught him quiet. Didn't we? I'm also so excited today. It's just a simple thing, but it makes me so happy. Is hanging the ladders on our shed. I've gone back and forth over the years wanting to keep the shed looking pretty or utilizing the space to keep things organized. And organization won out, you guys. So Kevin and I hung his big old ladder and the two smaller ladders, and it feels so much better. Now I just need to organize all of our rakes and shovels, and we're gonna be unstoppable, guys. So we wanted to say thank you for all of the recommendations on where you love to live. It's something we've thought about a lot, we've talked about a lot over the years, but we're not quite there yet, I don't think, because our kids are still in college and there's so much going on. I think we gotta get once they're done and they're off in their careers and their lives, maybe we'll do something really fun.
So we're gonna practice living away at the cottage.
Yeah, we'll practice some
For
snowy
right now,
weather.
we're gonna go live there for months at a time.
Yeah, maybe next summer we'll move up there for the summer and see how that goes and see if we like living in a little cottage and if the animals like that northern weather. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But boy, do we have a lot more cleanup work with all the junk we have collected. We've got some purging to do, some organizing to do.
It's not junk. One man's junk is another man's treasure.
Okay, throw the big stick. That's true, but it is nice when everything's organized. My favorite thing about Luna is after she stuffs herself, and if she isn't in love with the boys, she just sits out here. She has this really happy, content look on her face. But it's like she knows when I'm filming her, because Luna! She normally sticks her head up like that and it's so cute, but she's not really there you go. Look how cute she looks. She's just so happy and content. Would that we all were like that, you know? All she needs is food, guys, and she's happy. I love her. Okay, so I haven't shown much cooking lately because we've just been so busy going to the cottage and, you know, back and forth, but I have been cooking and I found a really cool way to be able to not have to cook every single night. So since the kids are at college or busy with college and everything, I don't see them that much, and I'm not gonna cook whole meals. Then I figured out the best way for somebody that just wants to cook in smaller amounts but then save it for later. So today I made these homemade biscuits and this kind of chicken pot pie soup, okay? It's really good and I want to save it and I don't want to have to eat it for like the next 6 days. So I found these things, they're called super cubes, and what you do is they're just like little silicone cubes. They're ways to freeze soups. So I'm gonna put them in here, I freeze them, and then I vacuum seal them. I'm gonna grab one. So they look like this when they're all vacuum sealed. This is a taco soup that I made a couple weeks ago, and I've been like obsessed with this method. I've been making lots of food and freezing tons of it. I just love the idea of having frozen food all ready for me. I've made like chicken salad. This is like a barbecue beef, scalloped potatoes and broccoli. I made a bunch of that one week. I made some teriyaki chicken, mashed potatoes and broccoli. And I'm telling you guys, this is the best method. You don't have to freeze them in these. I'm sure you could freeze them in something else, but that seemed to be the best for what I'm doing here. And I love it because I can just defrost a meal for me real quick and I don't have to think about cooking and then like eating the leftovers forever and like if the leftovers are going bad and all that. So that's my little tip to give to you guys, to make a big batch of a meal and then just freeze it. But you gotta vacuum seal it, that's the only thing. Otherwise, if you put it in a Ziploc bag, it's gonna not last as long and probably get freezer burn. Whereas these are so vacuum sealed that they're never gonna develop that freezer burn. And they defrost pretty good, you know, they taste pretty much fresh, so I'm pretty excited about not having to cook. It's definitely an adjustment to not have kids at home and a whole family here and everybody wanting to eat. And at first I was like, maybe I just won't cook and I'll just eat like eggs for dinner or cereal or whatever. But like, no, I still like to make good food. I just don't know how to make small batches of it. So this is my like method. So try it out. So it's not sponsored or anything. It's just something that I'm really excited about. Well, when you're doing it normally, you don't spill it as much. Boom, look, and that's like 4 dinners for me. But if you're wondering if Kevin eats this way, he doesn't. Him and I have very different tastes. And he wants just like a quick, easy burger or something. So we make meals separately now. Because we just decided, you know, we're just different. That's okay. So this is my method. Hopefully it inspires you and you can find some way to make your life easier like I have. I feel like if I put these in here, they might just completely dissolve because I made these out of brown rice flour. So they just dissolve really fast. They're not as chewy and thick as regular flour. So I think I will freeze them separately. Oh, Violet's brave. Come on, Violet, run. Good girl. Get up there. She is big now. Oh, did you get your foot? Okay, come in here. There you go. Well, wrong hole, but close. I almost forgot, it is time to ultrasound Violet here to find out if her live breeding with Pokey worked. So she's at about 30. She was kind of weird. She went into heat about mid-October, and then we bred her with Pokey, and then she short cycled, or what I thought was a short cycle. So she will either look like 40-ish days, or she'll look more like 30, 35 days. But either way, hopefully we see something. Come on, Violet. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hold on a second. So she's definitely 40 days. She bred on that first time. And it looks like we have three good sacks there. The top one looks bigger because it's laying horizontal, and the other two are probably laying the other way, but she definitely has 3. So you can see like little tiny things inside of them. So 3 good healthy sacks. Yeah, I would say 3. Good job, girl. Good job. Maybe another one back there. Okay, so Violet and Pokey, they were bred together. They're gonna have all gold babies, definitely, because they're both gold. And it looks like she's gonna be due March 7th, I think. Yeah, that'll be good. Good time, perfect timing. In fact, Lydia will be home for spring break during that time, so she can be here for the deliveries. That's fun. So there you go. We've got another pregnancy on the books. Okay, so here's a little recap of who is pregnant. We've got Wednesday due on January 20th, Duchess due on January 22nd, and then nobody due until Violet on March 7th. Now we're gonna ultrasound Cricket next week, and hopefully she was bred, and then she'll be due right behind Violet, maybe like a week later. And then finally, we've got our last batch, Daphne and River, who we AI'd, and then Twyla, who we bred to Pokey. Their ultrasound is gonna be in a couple weeks. And then we're just waiting now on Reba to go into heat, and we'll breed her to Pokey, and then hopefully, I keep saying this, but hopefully we can wrap up this breeding season, this very long breeding season. For how loud you are, girl, you better be pregnant. So thanks for watching today's video. Thank you for all of you who have supported me through this AI journey. We knew it was going to be a low success rate, but I learned a lot through this journey, so hopefully I can keep learning, and maybe eventually we'll get one. Once all of these does are pregnant, we're going to be able to do our color prediction video. If you want to see the video and how I did last year, if I was correct about the colors, you can watch right here.